though I think we scarcely need introduction, since there's no corner of our church, from congregation to presbytery to conference to general council to mission in the community, that you have not touched already by your faithfulness, persistence, exemplary vision, and your extraordinary grace. Friends, as you already know, Roger has responded heart and soul to God's call in his life. His witness as a layperson powerfully underscores that ministry is not just the work of a few specially trained professionals. Ministry belongs to the whole people, each and every one of Christian faith who lives out their discipleship as members of the body of Christ. Modest in self-presentation, Roger brings to mind the disciple Andrew, first of the disciples to recognize the Messiah and one who follows Jesus faithfully and without fanfare. Roger was born in Welland, Ontario in 1939, the son of a high school principal. He graduated with honors in civil engineering from Queen's University. And at Queen's, Roger met his future wife, Sheila, his life partner of some 5 decades. Roger worked at CN for almost 30 years, first in research and development, later in analytical services, market development, and pricing. During those years, I'm told that Roger honed his skills in competitive bridge and curling. And he and Sheila raised 3 children together, Susan, Peter, and Elizabeth. Roger may have trained as a civil engineer, but his ministry has been a different kind of building of social justice networks, forging links between church and community, connecting different levels of the church, building up human communities to be and to become the city of God. In the early 1980s, Roger experienced a gradual conversion that turned his heart and his focus outward to the wider world. In 1982, he joined about 1 million other people in New York to demonstrate for the end to the arms race. It was one converted tribe. And another was 1988, when Roger was a commissioner to General Council of the United Church, the year the United Church offered its apology to Aboriginal peoples and voted to include in ministry people of all sexual orientations. Roger has been a powerful ally of many groups, including gay, lesbian, bisexual, and trans people in the church and society. And he was part of a group at Beaconsfield to help his home congregation become an affirming ministry. Roger has continued to learn and to speak up on justice issues, and gradually his commitments led him to consider new options for his life. In 1991, he took early retirement. He left a rewarding professional career in order to put his skills and talents at the disposal of less financially remunerative faith-related activities. He plunged into work at the presbytery and conference levels of the church, joining the Church and International Affairs Committee, the Church in Society Committee, and later the Committee for Justice, Global and Ecumenical Relations. He joined the board of the Committee to Aid Refugees in Montreal and the board of the Montreal City Mission. In 1992, he was asked to be the director of the Montreal City Mission, serving there for 10 years. Later, he served as interim director at another United Church mission, St. Columba House. His co-workers describe him as extremely collegial, always empowering and engaging others to help them develop their own gifts and their leadership. Roger has given countless volunteer hours to the church and to community. He has a reputation for showing up, and whenever he does, he brings his whole self. Just a few examples. President of Montreal and Ottawa Conference for 1996 to 97, part of the formation study for the United Church Foundation and a member of its board for 5 years. Twice part of a United Church delegation to Burnt Church, New Brunswick on behalf of Aboriginal peoples. Treasurer of the UTC board for 6 years. Treasurer in his home congregation for 7 years. Active on the board of Demille Village, Pointe Claire for 10 years. And I could go on, and I'm sure you could all add to that extensive list. Roger reads widely, especially on issues of economy, work, and housing, keeping himself attuned to global economic discourse. His concern about affordable housing led him to become involved in the Canadian Nonprofit Housing Foundation and later the Canadian Alternative Investment Cooperative. He has been connected with the Société Communautaire d'Emprunt de Montréal, for which he served as president for over 10 years. Through all of this, Roger maintains his love of life and love of other people. He enjoys classical music, sings in the choir. He is encouragingly cheerful, warm, welcoming, and somehow, even amid the crises he encounters in the world, he maintains a vibrant hopefulness. Principal Jodri, for his life's work as a leader and prophet in our church and in the world, and for his faithful and visionary ministry as a disciple of Jesus Christ, I commend to you Roger Arthur Snelling, that you might confer on him the degree Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa.
Roger Arthur Snelling, by the authority of the Senate of the United Theological College, confer on you the degree Doctor of Divinity, honoris causa. May God continue to bless you in this ministry.